This is page 64. We're getting so close to the end. I'm so excited. It wants to know, what is the equation of this graph? Well, this is clearly a parabola. It has two solutions. You can rule out A right now because A does not have an x squared, which means that can't be. Okay, that's linear. A is, and this is a quadratic. Okay. Secondly, we're looking for, this thing is opening down, which means it should have a leading coefficient that is negative, but B, C, and D all have negative leading coefficients, so that's not it. Okay, the next thing I'm looking at is this. It appears that it hits at -5 and also at -1. That would mean that it's got to have x minus -5 and x minus -1. Here's where you find those numbers, -5, -1, because it's always the opposite of the solutions. So it should have x plus 5 and x plus 1 in it, and ta-da, that's it. It's got to be C. Notice that this right here, the D answer, it should be hitting at -3. Not only that, though, it's a double root, which means its butt is sitting on the x-axis at -3, which is clearly not happening here. D would have looked something like, I don't know, something like this. At that place right there with its butt on it, that would have been D. This one, -x squared minus 5, that would have been the parent function at 0, 0, but flipped upside down and moved down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So right there would have been B. So you would have can roll that out because that's not what's happening here. So the answer is, due to knowing what happens with parent functions, C.